these truckers, I don't think.
Is it bad? Is it bad?
No, I did have hot chocolate
Oh,
with
did you?
whipped cream.
Oh, I thought I heard it. Yeah. 25 seconds in. Maybe just. Oh, 5 people. I feel like we should be in the middle of telling some kind of like either unhinged or salacious story.
Well, you could always talk about the time somebody stuck a trekking pole through their hand.
That did happen one time. Remember that time someone stuck a trekking pole through their hand? That was crazy.
They finished the race though, right?
Mm-mm.
Oh,
No, they went to the emergency room.
okay.
Unfortunately, it'd be great if he came back. Hi, Neil Lyons 8680.
Who's that?
Someone said hello in the comments.
Oh, I can't see it.
Do
Oh,
you see it?
Live. Now I can.
Okay. I think we're just going to give it a few more minutes to see if we get any others on here before we get this going, but we do want to be respectful of everyone's time, so we'll give it just a few more minutes before we jump in. Hi, Trey. Whitney. Hi. It's the easiest hike you'll ever do. You're YouTube famous. I'll give it like 2 more minutes. Yeah. Drop bags won't make their way back to Camp Morganton from Wolf Creek until that aid station closes. And for that aid station to pack up and get back over here is,
I can't read that.
she's asking about drop bags from Wolf Creek to get back here. Is it?
What
It's
time does it close?
in Memento. Is it 10:40 a.m.?
From
Wolf Creek?
Wolf Creek closes at 10:50.
10:50 a.m. So it'll be,
Somewhere between 2 and 3.
yeah, it'll be
At least 2 or 3.
at least 2 or 3 in the afternoon on Sunday before the drop bags get back here. We will be at Camp Morganton through Monday at least midday, so you can come back and get them on Monday if you can't wait for them to get here after the race.
Anytime Sunday, but more than likely around 2.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. The cutoff is 10:50 a.m.
That's when it closes.
3 p.m. job bag. Yeah. Yes. Perfect. Thanks, Whitney. Okay. We're going to get going. We don't have a ton that we want to go over because we'll do a pre-race talk before the start of both the 50 and the 100. Also, hi, I'm Sarah.
Sean.
And that's Steck. He's our emotional support asshole. So thank you all for being here and taking time out of your evening to join us. And again, we're not going to go over everything in detail. There's a lot in the runner's manual. If you read it, please read it. And we'll go over everything before the start of the race, both the 50 and the 100. We'll also be at both packet pickups. We'll be around Morganton. We'll be answering emails as quickly as we can. So this is really just to touch on like really critical things that we want to make sure we hammer home for runners to also share with crew and pacers before you get here at the end of the week. For the 100 milers, the start of the race, after you guys are all heading out onto Snake Nation and then onto Aska Road, there will be no vehicles leaving Camp Morganton until runners have cleared Snake Nation because it is a very narrow, windy road. So we want to limit as much traffic trying to get around runners as we can. This is a residential area, so people live on this road. It's not closed to traffic, but we are going to hold all of the traffic leaving from Morganton until all the runners have cleared Snake Nation.
It's usually about half hour.
Yeah, it's usually about a half an hour. You can't get to the first crew access aid station for a couple of hours anyway, so you don't really have to be in a hurry to leave. So it'll give everyone plenty of time to pack their cars up and kind of get situated and ready to go to that first crew access aid station if that's where you're going. So just let crew know that they shouldn't be in a hurry to leave after you guys take off.
In short, if they need to go somewhere, they need to do it before the start of the race.
So far this week, the rain has been holding off, which means we have access to a lot more parking. And we will be asking, as long as weather holds like it has been so far this week and does through the end of the week, we will be asking all four-wheel drive, all-wheel drive vehicles to drive into Camp Morganton past the shelter and park in a field that is further down. We'll have arrows to show how to turn in. I drove through the field in our Xterra the other day without four-wheel drive on. I had no issues. It looks like you're driving a really far way from where the shelter is, but as you drive back, you hook a really hard left down into the field and you come almost all the way back in. So it's going to feel like it's a really far walk, but it's not, I promise. We just really need to be careful with the parking around Camp Morganton and leave as much of that open for cars, low clearance vehicles, and the school buses, especially the school buses. So especially for the 50 milers who are taking the shuttle Saturday morning, when you turn off of Snake Nation onto Camp Morganton Road, it's a really narrow gravel road. It's a little over a single lane. There can be no vehicles left parked on that road. because there has to be room for school buses to get all the way up to the shelter, turn around and get back out. So we have had issues in the past where people have parked there, left their cars, took their keys with them, and school buses haven't been able to get in, and all of the runners had to walk down the road to the pavement to get on the buses. So just follow the traffic. People that will be helping direct to get everyone in and parked as quickly and efficiently as possible, and just make sure that you give yourself plenty of time when you get here Friday for the start of the 100 and Saturday before the shuttle leaves for the 50. The other main thing for crews is at the Wolf Creek turnaround. Once you get to Wolf Creek and your crew sees you the first time before you head out for your first pointless outback of your adventure on the 100, your crew needs to jet. You're only going to be gone for about 4 miles. There's nothing that you are going to need between those 4 miles that you didn't get the first time. It is an insanely chaotic aid station, which is great for the energy, but traffic wise, it is a very narrow road. Parking is very limited. So we need to make sure that we are keeping a steady flow of traffic leaving to make room for new vehicles coming in to crew their runners. The great news is that Forest Service Road has recently been graded and fresh gravel has been laid, and you can drive straight through without having to turn around with any kind of vehicle and not have any issues. So
It'll be one way.
yeah, so when you leave the aid station, you will continue driving the same way. You'll continue driving the same direction as you came in. You won't be turning around and coming back out. There are sets of directions in the runner's manual for turning around and going straight. We just would really appreciate if everyone could just take the straight road out. It literally dead ends you onto Wolf Pen Gap Road, which is Highway 180. And from there, you are back into civilization in the same amount of time as if you turned around and took the road back out the way you came in. For all runners, for any stretch of pavement that you are on, you have to be facing traffic. You should never be on the road running or walking with your back to traffic. So at the start of the race, once you get out of Snake Nation and turn onto Aska, everyone needs to make sure that they are crossing the road and facing traffic, running down, and then safely crossing to make the turn into the Deep Gap Trailhead for the Flat Creek Loop. Same thing when you leave Stanley Gap, you'll run the Forest Service Road down to the pavement. You'll run a brief section of pavement there. Make sure that you are facing traffic on that. Daytime, nighttime, anytime, if you are on pavement, you should be running with traffic coming toward you, not with traffic to your back. Everyone does need to have something reflective on the front and back of their person. Most hydration packs or running vests have something reflective on them. So if yours does, that's great. If it doesn't, we will have rolls of the same reflective tape that we put on the flagging that you can literally wrap around the front or the back and staple it on so you have reflective. And that's only necessary for those night sections. Someone also asked if you have a headlamp that has a red light on the back. If that is sufficient, that works. As long as it's on. If your rear light stops working, you need to make sure that you have some kind of backup. So that reflective tape is an easy fix if you just grab it and staple it on. Register for this service a little late this past Saturday. Foresee any issues with this? No, I mean, we have you in the system. We've got shirts. We're assigning bibs tomorrow. So you'll be in on the entrant list and everything will be good there. Along the same lines of bibs, you need to make sure that your bib is on the front of you and that it is reading left to right. You can't turn it sideways. There is a timing chip on the back of it that needs to be kept in a vertical position for the transponders to catch you at all of the aid stations that we have timing mats at. If you put it on your back or if you put it on sideways and it doesn't capture a reading, your friends and family who are watching live tracking are going to think that we've lost you. And we can't do anything about that. So please just make sure that you wear your bib facing the right direction. Sorry, I'm dying. So we already talked about camping, parking at Camp Morganton, parking at Wolf Creek. Do you have anything else you want to add to that?
There you go.
Parking at Will Scott. This is another narrow, windy road. There are some pull offs on the side of the road leading up to that aid station and past it. Every vehicle parked at that aid station must have all 4 tires off of the road, off of the white line. We had emergency services contacted several times with complaints from locals last year, which was then escalated to law enforcement, which was then escalated to the Forest Service. And I got a phone call from our district office to go out and address it. So if you guys want us to be able to come back and do this race in the future, make sure your crew is parked with all 4 tires off of the white line on the side of the road. If they can't get their car off the side of the road, they can't be there. We cannot have any vehicles parked over the white line on Will Scott Gap. It's Highway 60 is the road. So just please make sure that you communicate that with your crew, so the Forest Service doesn't call and I don't have to go out there and yell at people.
Just try and give them a reasonable time that you'll be at an aid station and have them meet you within, a half hour to an hour of that time so that your crew's not waiting. We've had problems in the past that everybody rushes to the aid station when you've got runners. Their runners won't be there for 5 hours. So just try and have your crew get within some sort of time that you're actually going to be there and not 3 hours early when everybody else is trying to get there for their runners. So it's just a big thing. We're very limited on traffic at both Will Scott and Wolf Creek. We'll have people directing traffic. If you have to go down the road and park, that just might be part of it.
And Katie, yes, sorry, that was all Saturday cutoff for Wolf Creek, not Sunday. So we will have the drop bags back Saturday afternoon. So you can pick them up anytime after that through basically midday Monday.
And Will Scott comes back Sunday because they close so late on
That's right.
Saturday night.
That's right. Yes. Does anyone have any questions about anything? You guys are all on it. Everyone read the runner's manual front to back. You got to that last page with the secret message that only the people that read the whole manual get to. The weather is looking great right now all week. I'm literally
Poison ivy.
Poison ivy. What is the Encore Strength Mix? Tailwind. Mandarin orange tailwind, which is caffeine free, and we have instructed the aid stations to always mix the tailwind at full strength because we would rather have people have the option to dilute it if they don't want it full strength than need it stronger and not have the option. So full strength tailwind.
We'll have ice on course, limited as always, but we'll have ice on course when we can.
We've got 125 bags of ice coming. Well, plenty of ice. Yes.
We don't restock ice is the short. So anyway.
Lots of ice.
Is it at all aids?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Nature is your bathrooms. We'll have porta potties at Wolf Creek, which is the turnaround for the 100 and the first aid station for the 50 milers. No bathrooms proper anywhere else on course other than at Camp Morganton at the finish. And so along those lines too, like Whitney said, Whitney's sitting over there. Poison ivy on the.
You were gonna put that computer up.
We're gonna fight again. We're gonna fight on the internet. Poison ivy is real bad on the Duncan Ridge Trail right now, which is basically for the 100 milers. That is going to start for you around Skeena to Wolf Creek and then back to Skeena for the 50 milers. It's basically the first 25-ish miles of your race. It's like knee high in spots. It's pretty overgrown in some stretches. It's unavoidable in some places. So if you are a person who is prone to poison ivy, I would highly encourage you to take preventative measures for that. We have poison ivy wipes at all the aid stations on the DRT. So we'll have those there. But if you know that you get it bad, then you should plan on having something for yourself as well. And ticks are probably going to be bad too. They've been, we've had a couple of people talk about those being bad on the DRT. So we will have tick remover tools in the first aid kits at all of the aid stations on course too. So if you step off to go to the bathroom or do anything, just make sure you check yourself after, and we'll have tick removers if you need them. Any other questions? Oh, we got a thumbs up. Can you give us a thumbs up?
You bet me.
Experience it. It's gonna be great.
If you guys are going to park here, or you're going to pick your packet up, or anything that you think you might need to get here early, get here early. Some days are busier than others, so if you're going to pick your packet up the morning of, get here early. If you're going to pick your packet up at the
Brewery. Angry House.
Angry Hops, you might want to get there a little. That's usually not terribly busy, but at the 50, get there a little bit early so you can get your stuff done at the start of the 50. Here, parking's an issue, so you just want to get here early so we can get that all sorted out. Field, it's accessible with all-wheel drive, two-wheel drive. Most cars will access it, especially with the weather looking the way that it is. I think that's it.
Yeah. I can't think of anything else. We'll give it maybe just like
Tell
another
them not to be an asshole.
30 seconds or so. Yeah, guys, really, all it comes down to is we want everyone to have the most amazing day plus days in the woods, and be nice to everyone and don't be an asshole. It's just like the easiest thing imaginable to do.
Yeah, any
Yes, cars. So if you're running the 100 and you are self-supported, you are good to leave your car at Camp Morganton until you run back to it. Yeah.
And we've never really had a problem too much with runners being dicks to anybody, but we have had issues in the past with crew. So that you all are aware, if your crew gets into any kind of anything with an aid station worker or someone trying to park them or anything, that will be
Bad.
yeah, we'll pull your ticket. Typically is what happens. I mean, if they're an asshole to somebody, we're just going to pull your bib and you won't finish.
Katie, yeah, 10 is good to get here for the start of the 100 for packet pickup and everything. It does get pretty dang crowded. Yeah, it gets crazy.
Yeah, lots of people sitting, hanging out there.
Yeah.
But
It's a
there's
good
plenty of
time.
space. There's
Yeah.
plenty of room here. We'll have Tailwind at the start. There are bathrooms at the start if you guys want to hang out, and there'll be food, anything that you need.
Yeah, we'll have like a pasta dinner stuff going Saturday night for people as they're finishing, and then we'll transition to a full breakfast Sunday morning, eggs, bacon, pancakes, that whole deal. And then we do have showers and bathrooms and bunks at Camp Morganton at the finish. So if Trey, you shouldn't be mortified. Like, excited is great, but there's nothing to be mortified about. I think you meant to say excited and
Motivated?
motivated.
Motivated.
There you go. I'm motivated and excited. We have the women's stuff on the tables as well, if you want to go over that.
Yeah, so we will have feminine hygiene products at all the aid stations for the ladies. Because
Vegetarian, which one do you?
yeah, so we have vegetarian, we have veggie and vegan options at all the aid stations, and then we'll have some like extra vegan stuff at a couple of the aid stations as well. I'm an obnoxious vegan, so I kind of get it. It's nice to occasionally be surprised by some good stuff. So all aid stations will have hot food. Every aid station has a camping stove. They have thermoses to keep water warm. So they'll all have at a minimum broth, ramen, grilled cheese, and or quesadillas. Some will have hot dogs, some will have hamburgers, some will have ham to do like ham and cheese melt kind of stuff. And then we'll have also hot chocolate. Some of the aid stations will have coffee. And there are, a couple of the aid stations will have soups, and then a couple of the aid stations will also have sweet potato black bean burrito mix, which is also vegan. And we'll have vegan breakfast options at Camp Morganton as well. We'll have like a tofu scramble or like an egg substitute of some sort. But hot food at every aid station is the short of it. Man, everyone's on it. All right. Well, I think we'll call it if no one else has any other questions. Awesome. Okay. Well, we'll see you all at some point between Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, maybe Monday. If you have any other questions, feel free to reach out or just find us at Packet Pickup Thursday, Friday. Okay, bye.